Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, the latest hyperdimensional co-op that has come to DB Legends with the beginning, end of part 2, beginning of part 3 of the anniversary. It's always a bit of a jumble, but we're entering the final stretch of the anniversary, and obviously the rewards are still just as important now as they were at the beginning, especially if you are looking a little bit lower on chrono crystals. There's the added bonus that you're able to get the Fierce Fight Goku Black Z power from the event, so there's plenty incentive to obviously get a pretty good look at all of these. But yeah, it's relatively straightforward, honestly speaking. Give it your best go. Hyperdimensional co-op, pretty simple stuff. Here you can earn a pretty nice plat as well, one that can be usable for quite a few future Trunks units if you're interested. Some sizable boosts to both strike defense, blast defense, and their strike attack, which at the end of the day is pretty good. There's quite a few units that fancy a bit of strike damage on the future team, so you could definitely take a look at that. Now, beyond that, just speaking strictly, like Legends units, I think for me, at least for the most part, if we're taking a look at the hyperdimensional co-op, the big benefit now is the Z power for Goku Black. And Goku Black is from the Fierce Fight event, which I'll leave a little link to in the top right hand corner. But the Fierce Fight event is obviously one that kind of benefits you quite a bit, lets you get your hands on a pretty cool free-to-play unit, and you can farm his Z power from the Hyperdimensional Co-op event. Now, one thing that is important to understand is that you will get a bonus for having the 2 previous Fierce Fight units as well. So there's like a double bonus in terms of having those units, Android 13 and Final Form Cooler, and so there's plenty of incentive. In terms of the exchange rewards, pretty standard stuff. Obviously, highlight is the refreshing of the chrono crystals, but also platinum gear, art cores, seed exchange, everything you pretty much need or want when it comes down to pretty much everything said and done. And that's basically it in terms of the hyperdimensional co-op. Obviously, when you take a look at hyperdimensional co-op, it is a fairly straightforward principle. Remember, the boss will have 2 typings. You want to choose 2 units that counteract those typings. In terms of free-to-play options that can take on the opposition here, there's a couple battle bonus characters. You do always want to look at battle bonus, as battle bonus increases your damage. There's only 2 bonus characters, those being the Final Form Cooler and the Android 13, and you want to place those units in the support section. In terms of damage dealers, free-to-play options are relatively limited, but if you do have the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta, or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku, both of who are available from their own respective Fierce Fight, you should be able to use them and have a relatively decent time when it comes down to taking on the event. Otherwise, there is the Extreme Beerus, but you want to ideally target the typings. You want to look at having a red and a blue unit. Having yellow, having all these doesn't necessarily help out. So it is just something I would suggest. Of course, as well, there is also the Goku Black that you can pick up from the event and from the Hyperdimensional Co-op as well. And he's a great red option, so you can definitely use him, all things considered. Beyond that, that's basically covers the roster choices. If I can say anything, always choose units that are just your best ones. As long as they have the battle bonus, that's always going to be the number one thing that they need to have. So as long as they have that, you can pretty much choose whichever unit you want. You don't really have to utilize specifically the ones that I choose. You don't have to specifically utilize free-to-play units. You can use whichever ones you want. Just make sure that they have the battle bonus. Please don't, and the correct typings. Please don't rock up into Hyperdimensional Co-op with the wrong typings and no battle bonus, everyone has accessibility to the free-to-play units. So at the very least, you should have some kind of free-to-play units with battle bonuses. Obviously, you don't have to farm them to a high degree, but bring some kind of bonus, because honestly speaking, it's just not great when people don't rock up with the characters and don't have the correct bonuses. It is just honestly a waste of time. Now, in terms of the Hyperdimensional Co-op itself, the goal is always to break the shield. You want to break the boss's blue shield. Once you've broken the boss's shield, you can then perform a dual Rising Rush. You want to make sure that you do the Rising Rush at the same time as your ally, so that you can obviously do the most damage. Beyond that, there's nothing really crazy in terms of strategy. This event is very similar to raids. So if you've done raids and you've done them quite sufficiently, then you won't really have a problem doing Hyperdimensional Co-op. It's basically a smaller form of the raid, just you will need to watch the boss's typing, which you can see in the little right hand corner below their portrait, and you're going to want to watch that typing and just make sure that whichever unit you have on the field at the time is one that counteracts the typing, because that's kind of the only real thing I can say. If we're looking at what you should incentivize, it's that, and then that's basically it. Now beyond that, nothing else really that you need to focus on. I think at the end of the day, most players shouldn't really have a massive problem with this event, so not really going to harp on it. And yes, there's incentive to farm the Goku Black Z power, but you will have ability to get more of it from full power battle, which will come out later. So don't panic too much, and mainly just farm it for the rewards like chrono crystals and the seeds and the core crystals and all of those good resources. The platinum equip, that's all the good reasons to farm. You don't really need to farm for the Z power. The Z power is just a little bit of a bonus that you can get right now, which will help you with farming the free-to-play unit more so than anything else. But yeah, that's basically it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.